Then he showed me Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right side to accuse him. The Lord said to Satan, the Lord rebuke you, Satan, the Lord who has chosen Jerusalem, rebuke you. Is not this man a burning stake snatched from the fire? Zechariah 3, verse 1 to verse 2. Activating the fire of God. Consider this part. Is not this man a burning stick snatched from the fire? Powerful. Powerful. That you could be, or it could be you were once a vibrant person, a vigorous person, an enthusiastic person, an aggressive person. But today, you don't understand what happened to your life. You are just there, cold. You're just there, frozen. You're just there, redundant. You're just there struggling with things like you feel a tendency as if you are somehow tired or somehow lazy. It kind you are fatigued. Seems like you are worn out. Because take a general picture of a firewood that was already in the fire, and then it was removed from the fire and it was put outside the fire. How does that firewood become? And many people are just like that firewood. You were snatched from the fire. I know the people who say that fire with a negative description of suffering. It's kind of was snatched from Babylon. But me, I want to see it from application. This is a great man. The Bible is saying the high priest Joshua. So this is a man of greatness, a man of high position, a high priest, archbishop, a high priest, archbishop. But the angel is saying, this is a high priest. This is a person of great abilities who can achieve great things. High priest. This is a giant of excellence. This is a mountain of achievements. But look, he is puffed out. His frame is extinguished. And therefore, though high priest, he is manifesting satanic authority and accusation. Because he is not in frame. The firewood is not in frame that is giving Satan space to stand on his right hand, to stand on his abilities and capabilities. And then, because of the frame, burning stick snatched from the fire, meaning the frame is no more, the frame has been extinguished. Accusation, a situation whereby you are experiencing character assassination, mockery, betrayal, witch hunt, backbiting, conspiracies, accusation. Why? Because this was a burning stick. It was a burning stick that was in the fire. This charger, you put it at the socket where the fire is, but it has been removed from there. So there is no more flow of fire into this stick. So therefore it contains no power to charge life. But because it has been snatched from the fire. And from there, it now only remains just for accusation, and Satan, demons can manipulate it the way they want and all that. So meaning there are many people who inside they are a high priest. Inside you are a high priest. You are a person of high authority or a high position of power, high level of leadership, high dimension of achievement, but you are not in the fire. And you know, a high priest who is not in the fire, who the flame is not there, will always experience life backlash, because you are outside your not your office, but you're outside your fruitfulness. So you are a tree without fruit. Jesus said no one should get fruit from here. What if the frame is there? Satan cannot stand where the frame is. What if the frame, this firewood is still in the frames, is still in the fire? Accusation cannot stand where the frame is active. So what had made Joshua lose his frame is because he was wearing the filthy garment. So the question is this: you have been able to see, you will only be able to manifest your high priesthood potential if you are in frames. He's saying this man is a stick snatched from the fire. So it is no longer burning. It is no longer in frames. It is no longer effective. It is no longer practical. It is no longer active. So we need to take it back to the fire. And being in the fire means this person is ministry active. This person is active. Activities are there, and you can see you are doing your things. What did the angel do? We can only pick 2 points that the angel said should be done for Joshua the high priest, so that his high priesthood can continue. If you look at verse 7, this is what Lord Almighty says: if you walk in obedience to me and keep my requirements, then you will govern my house. High priest govern my house. So the frame is back, responsibility. You get me? Then you will govern my house and have charge of my court, and I will give you a praise among these standing here. That is what it means. The frame is there. Number 1, you govern. Number 2, you have charge. Number 3, you get a position of honor or of authority when the fire is active. So what was done for this gentleman to regain his frame, so that he can govern, so that he can be in charge, and so that he can have a position of authority? 2 things. Then I said, verse 5, then I said, sorry, let us read verse 4. Then the angel said to them who were standing there, take off the filthy garments. Let me just highlight because of time. Number 1, take off the filthy garment, repentance. Number 2, wear the rich garment, the robe of righteousness. Number 3, wear a turban, a white turban, or a clean turban, or a rich turban, whatever it is, a clean turban, which means what? Helmet of salvation. 3 things: remove the filthy garments, repentance; wear the rich garments, robe of righteousness; then wear the clean turban, the helmet of salvation. In that way, he was told, if you will obey. Now, after we have done all these things, obedience. If you obey, you will have govern, you will charge, you will be in charge, and then you have a position of authority. Why? You'll be